All the president's men exposed corruption at Washington's highest levels. In 2015, Spotlight investigated the aiding and abetting of child abuse by the Catholic institution. In the tradition of those modern classics, Scott Z. Burns' stunning new film, The Report, uncovers a brutal secret perpetuated by top government agencies. I'm Dave Karger, and this is Variety Cinema Essentials.
Evidently, the CIA destroyed tapes of interrogations of Al-Qaeda detainees.
Did the Intel Committee know there were tapes?
No. This is the first I've heard of it. So, I want to find out what was on the tapes, why they were destroyed.
We want you to lead the investigation, Dan.
The report follows the story of Daniel Jones, a Senate staffer tasked with scrutinizing the enhanced interrogation techniques used on terrorism suspects in the wake of 9/11. Like the lone truth-tellers of other films, he finds powerful forces arrayed against him, threatening not only to bury his work, but to bring criminal charges against Jones himself.
I was initially hired by Senator Feinstein through Jay Rockefeller. I was the chief investigator of the report. The report is a 6,700-page document. It describes a program after 9/11 by the CIA to detain and interrogate suspected terrorists. The CIA repeatedly provided misinformation about the program to the White House, the Department of Justice, Congress, and eventually the American people.
Working with a small team of associates for 6 years, Jones overcame lack of cooperation, illegal interference, and even sabotage to expose the inefficiencies and ethical dilemmas of waterboarding, as well as other forms of torture that were justified with flimsy pseudoscience. Jones is played with superb energy and emotional intelligence by Adam Driver.
I didn't know until I met Adam that he had been a Marine, and one of the things he said to me early on was that this was a story that he had followed, but when he read my script, he felt like he didn't know anything about what had really happened. I asked Adam if he could take that curiosity and build a character out of it. I want the experience of the movie to be, this is a story you thought you knew, but maybe you didn't.
They claim they saved lives, but what they really did was make it impossible to prosecute a mass murderer like KSM. Because if what we did to him ever came out in a court of law, the case is over. The guy planned 9/11. And instead of going to jail for the rest of his life, the CIA turned him into a recruiting tool for a war we're still fighting.
Scott Burns' film is an essential critique of American public policy while also remaining scrupulously nonpartisan. The movie reminds us that the 2015 amendment prohibiting torture bears the name of both Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein and GOP Senator John McCain.
What would you have us do? Now, we go after Bush and Cheney on this. What's to prevent the Republicans from coming back at us and trying to repeal health care? Now, democracy is messy. But let's just think how many countries there are in the world where a report like this could even get done.
I would like us to be more than the country that did the report. I'd like us to be the country that made it public. And that is what I intend to see happen.
What the report stands for in all its uncompromising anger is truth. It tells the full, real story of government operations that ran counter to American values and American justice. And there's a need for that kind of accountability and oversight today, maybe more than ever.